All right, Buddha the Basin here. Data centers, smart cities, and the anti-human future we have to fight. The war for 20 now. So Louisiana has just announced that it will be the lucky site for a new Meta AI data center. This was originally December 4th, 2024. Meta selects Northeast Louisiana as site of $10 billion artificial intelligence optimized data center. Governor Jeff Landry calls investment a new chapter for the states. Richland Parish, Louisiana. Facebook and Instagram parent company Meta announced it would build a $10 billion artificial intelligence data center in Northeast Louisiana, a transformational investment amidst the state's status as a major investment hub and puts this picture community on the edge of a global digital revolution. That's amazing, right? Meta projects the data center will support 500 more direct new jobs in Richland Parish. LED, Louisiana Economic Development, estimates the project will result in the creation of more than 1,000 indirect jobs for a total of 1,500 new jobs in the Northeast region. The company estimates 5,000 construction workers at a peak of construction on the 2,200-acre former Franklin Farm megasite that sits between the municipalities of Rayville and Delhi, about 30 miles east of Monroe. Well, it's like Louisiana just won a golden ticket to the new golden age economy of AI, robotics, and smart cities. A new digital utopia with lab-grown meat, plants, and presumably people. Lab-grown people, but I digress. Governor Jeff Landry is elated about it, and why shouldn't he be? It's like he landed the sweepstakes or he won The Bachelor and now gets to marry that rich woman, Meta. She comes with quite a dowry, right? So what are the downsides? Well, clean water usage is the real issue here. And Howe has reported on this. H-A-O is her last name. Forgive me if I'm not saying it right. She's reported this for the Atlantic magazine. Okay. She's not just for the Atlantic magazine, but for the Atlantic magazine and others. Now, to dramatically show the impact of the data center's energy usage in the American Southwest, Karen Howe hiked around a specific Microsoft data center in the desert. Okay, so she was not able to get answers. They were still okay about how much energy they're actually using. So I'm quoting the story from the Open Notebook. So and the link is in the Substack. So Howe's hike around the data center, which left her sunburned and dehydrated, became the vivid lead of her story. AI is taking water from the desert. Published in March 2024 in The Atlantic. The final story did include a crucial data point that Howe dug up on the Goodyear Microsoft facilities: water use. 56 million gallons per year, enough to supply 670 families in the region, a pre-construction estimate from an obscure study. But throughout the story, Howe's reporting shines most in the dogged approach she took to reveal the extent of Goodyear Center's footprint, despite the company's evasiveness, sifting through troves of city council meeting notes, filing publication requests via FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, pushing past terse answers during interviews, and ultimately leaning on the details she gathered from her personal experience. The bottom line here is that AI will not save us. It's not going to save us socially or educationally, and certainly not medically. We must be honored as human beings by the presence, attention, and intelligence of other humans, not by the ubiquitous AI. So AI will not solve everything. Karen Howe, your point is that AI, in terms of the data centers and the energy they have to use, they're actually bad for climate change. They're not good for social chaos either, because they're mostly used for data surveillance, and they're used to monitor sort of hate speech and sort of tag. They're not really fostering cooperation or love. In terms of for social needs, and the energy resources they're consuming are terrible for the climate. These data centers have been clean. We have no idea how, and that goes back to this data center in Louisiana. We don't know how expensive it'll be long term, or how odious it's going to be to have such ubiquitous surveillance, which I will get to later, about these graphene-based terahertz biosensors that are going to go into the body, and that will be used for biomedical imaging with these new level of biophotonics that we're not even aware of. That's already in existence. But before I jump off the cliff, the proverbial cliff, we need to understand the paradoxical irony that AI can be at the same time the primary accelerator of climate change in the world, and at the same time the solution for climate change in the world. Because you can find articles going both ways. Forbes will tell you that data centers are the primary generator of climate change in the whole world. So it comes down. This is why Karen Howe, what she actually talks about, is that these AI models, the ones that they're building now, need just tremendous amounts of data, all the data, because that's how they think. But there are other ways of creating so-called artificial intelligence that don't require this much data for these computers. Which is that they need the water to cool the computers, so the computers can constantly crunch the data and serve the data up to the AI, so the AI can make the real-time prediction, give you the breakdowns and analysis you need, and write the kids' essays for them, or whatever we're using it. Write us a song, make us a movie, et cetera, et cetera. So if the AI models have to have access to all of our data to save the planet, then they will undoubtedly destroy the planet first. Now, if we can give AI the truest form of intelligence, which is common sense, then it will not need all of the books ever written, but like the 15 book on a particular subject. We just about how many books we need to become incredibly well versed on a topic. Considering AI can do this in like 15 seconds, there's certainly hope. It's just that perhaps the profit margin and the desire to control need to be removed, so that the goal truly becomes empowering humans in the 21st century and saving the planet in the process. Now, I agree with the London Guardian on the subject of these smart cities, on using these AI smart cities to solve our social and environmental problems in one fell swoop. It's bollocks, mate. The truth is, AI worsens our social issues. That's the name of the video by Karen Howe, and Karen is right. AI cannot solve our social problems. Guardian's headline on this: the truth about smart cities, in the end, they will destroy democracy. That's an important idea, because these smart cities are being planned in a fascist way by the big banks, big tech, and then sort of mayors and city councils, but without the full input of the people. Okay, the people really aren't going to want smart cities when they realize what they are. I mean, Google AI is not blinded to the notion that smart cities can indeed spell the democracy. Smart cities, while aiming to improve quality of life, can face significant negative consequences related to privacy, security, and social equity. Concerns include increased surveillance, potential data breaches, and the widening of the digital divide. Additionally, the high cost of development and infrastructure maintenance, along with the environmental impact of manufacturing and energy consumption, pose challenges. Google AI notes that increased energy costs, as well as the lack of transparency in the process, are both downsides to smart cities, as well as the environmental cost of the electric waste and the cost to cool all those computers. I mean, when computers come before children, we have a problem. And the concern is high in the UK, as it is obviously all over the world, where people understand that water is our most precious resource. So the BBC report, UK's AI ambitions could lead to water shortages. This is the BBC. Ministers insist the notoriously power-hungry server farms will be given priority access, as in they will come before the humans. And that would be the worst possible thing. Questions have been raised about the impact this might have on the government's plans for clean energy production by 2030. You see that date, that 2030. That's that date. Yeah, 2030. But less attention has been given to the impact data centers could have on the supply of fresh, drinkable water to businesses. Parts of the UK and the South, especially, are already under the threat of water shortages because of the climate change and population growth. The government is backing plans for 9 new reservoirs to ease the risk of rationing and horsepipe bans droughts. But some of these are in areas where the new data centers are set to be built. So who gets the water? So the first of the government's AI growth zones will be in Colham, Oxfordshire, at the UK Atomic Energy Authorities campus, 7 miles from the site of a new planned reservoir in Abington. The 4.5 square mile, 7 square kilometer reservoir will supply customers in the Thames Valley in Hampshire. It is not known how much water the massive new data center is now planned nearby could take from it. So we must prepare for the fight for the pro-human future where we expand to the stars and provide better opportunities for our children to expand their understanding of the universe firsthand. As in, we need to become beyond, we need the Star Trek future. Okay, it's important that we keep the big picture of the Star Trek future in mind. And certainly AI could be but in my view, keeping people in smart cities where they have to borrow and rent and wait on drone delivery or self-driving cars and make sure their social media is clear of any red human, it's merely the vision of the technotronic elite. That was Eisenhower's expression from his military-industrial complex. Indeed, this is the culminating vision of the military-industrial complex, because no humans have truly free speech or even free thought in a land where AI monitors everything. Honestly, it is the pseudo-communism that troubles me most. You own nothing, and you've never owned nothing. It's the giant corporations that are behind these smart cities. Old money networks and big tech corporations made some kind of fascist conspiracy or made a fascist deal. Fascist oligarchy, you may wish to call it. Anyway, it's certainly fascism with the governments of the world, and they have sold out the people so that we are fed bullshit like this from the World Economic Forum. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing. I have no privacy, and life has never been better. You see, and there's always kids and people in their young 20s who they don't have anything now. They're in huge mountains of debt. So what happens to the old folks? Well, I guess we have to die. It's like in any communist revolution, if you actually own a home, you're the problem, right? You own 2 cars and a home, you're killing the planet. It's not the AI data centers. It's not the billionaires and the AI that are consuming all the resources, the giant corporations, the military industrial complex. No. It's the cows and you, man. It's you and those farmers and those tractors trying to get you food, and those gosh darn grocery stores and those trucker and that meat, the cows and the truckers trucking along, bringing that meat to Walmart, and you getting that meat and putting it on your grill, and your gas guzzling automobile. That's the problem. So we're going to fix it. So it's by 2030, robots, drones, ubiquitous facial recognition, and body heat surveillance will be able to tell who you are and where you are at all times. That's the plan. You need to understand that. Additionally, phones and devices like laptops and smartwatches and other wearables, right? We haven't even got to all the other kinds of wearables and, well, of course, the biosensors that are inside. But anyway, all these new technologies and all the smart devices have your level of interest and emotional arousal verified, right? They know how interested you are, so they can hit you with that ad at your peak level of interest. So we know they're getting that data, and that data is going to the data centers, But the part that is the most that strains credulity, let's say, it's these internal biosensors. Because they haven't yet told us these have already been deployed and are already self-assembling. That was what the COVID era was supposed to sort of be a trial run for, and now they're kind of acting it, and they haven't wheeled it out yet as the solution, because we haven't yet acknowledged. We have no failure yet, I suppose. We haven't got to catastrophic failure, so we need catastrophic failure as a society to justify this new smart city solution, and. Well, I guess thankfully we haven't gotten there yet. But these internal biosensors, because this is the people don't get. They don't have our kidney data. The smartwatch, all the technology on the outside cannot give you good, reliable kidney, liver, and liver data. So that's what these engines are going to do. They're going to give you the kidney, the liver, and other vital organ data being based by sensor network. And of course, your vaccine status will be updated by checking the sort of quantum bioluminescent sensor under your wrist. This is the new technology. The app on the phone, it scans your wrist. This is a new graphene liquid crystal biophotonic technology that we just don't even understand. That those words are going to just sound ridiculous to people. It's here. We're in here. We're in now, and the bioluminescent under your wrist reality, and they might be used. You might be able to scan your wrist, right, to pay for an item or even order from Amazon. And additionally, you may have a Google Glass device that will giving you your search query results as you telepathically relay with it. You see, you're going to be telepathically engaged with an AI device that has all these biosensors inside your body, and it's connected to the cloud. It knows and remembers all your speech patterns that you said, and maybe it knows what you've thought. I mean, beyond your own hippocampus, it's just maybe it's contact, maybe it has all that data. Who knows how it's all supposed to work? I suppose this is the goal, right? You have your own interface, you have a digital self and your own personal AI minder. A dream, more things for you from Amazon. Open the garage, it automatically orders your toilet paper and your delivery from Amazon. But I think this is an AI nightmare that the Bible warned about, and we have to fight this. So I don't think, just going back to Louisiana, the big data center from Meta, I don't think that's the transformational new future that we actually want. Why? Because our very ability to achieve financial independence through home ownership, vehicle ownership, and access to accounts all come under significant threat. Okay? Our very human consciousness is being assaulted already by these terahertz frequencies that signal to the self-assembling nanotechnology inside of us to do something like upload data to the cloud or split into two and move to another place and reassemble. Indeed, graphene-based terahertz biosensors are something Google can tell me quite a lot about. Google can tell you quite a lot about it. They have been working on these for a bit now. And it is amazing how they are poised and ready for biomedical sensing. Okay. So you need to look at this. I won't read all this. It can give you quite a bit. Okay. It's just amazing because graphene offers excellent optical conductivity, high surface area for biomolecule binding and biocompatibility. It's carbon. So it's completely compatible with the organic world and the inorganic. It's the perfect interface, graphene. And self-assembly allows for the creation of intricate and well-defined structures that can enhance sensitivity, specificity, and device performance. Again, it goes inside of you as a sort of as nanocrystals. Then it assembles when the terahertz frequencies. It's right. It's just this perfect mimicry of life. It assembles like a transformer, and it mimics life, and it uploads data. They can be used for medical diagnosis. They can be used for early detection and diagnosis of disease like cancer and infectious diseases, offering label-free and rapid analysis. Personalized medicine. Okay, it can track specific biomarkers and can tell your body when to release the insulin. When do you need an insulin shot? I mean, it could actually do a great deal of good. But unfortunately, it could also be used to control you and alter your thinking, and you'd be left without much free will. Anywho, the challenge of this still, they say, a challenge. I don't think so. I think they got this. Um, Anywho, instead of graphene-based terahertz self-assembling biosensors represent cutting-edge technology with the potential to revolutionize various fields, particularly in diagnostics and monitoring. But further research and development are needed to overcome existing challenges and realize full potential. Now, Google cautions me here, but I must remind you of that patent Microsoft put out 020 666, or I think it was 02020 060606, something like that. Google will tell you it's a proof to work to mine cryptocurrencies that uses human body activity data. It was supposed to. It's a cryptocurrency would verify if you had done the activity. It would use your brainwaves, body heat, body fluid flow, pulse rate, and body radiation emitted from the user to get you paid, right? It's already in place. Like, this is just a patent application, but the system to use that these sensors already need to be a part of it. You need the biosensors, and then it can tell when we're working, when we're exerting ourselves or exercising. You need to exercise, and I'll pay you for exercising. It's very interesting. Okay, so if the powers of the centralized bankers that get if the powers are the centralized bankers that be get their way, we'll all have a centralized digital cryptocurrency tied to our physical actions, social medias, and carbon footprint. Okay, that's the bottom line. We'll all have these little nanocrystal biophotonic graphene-based sensors, okay, all through our body in a digital self that is minded by an I guess, who or that has access to all the body data and keeps track of our footsteps and our footprint, and essentially takes away all of our freedom. All right, we sort of feel right in our own body because it knows our thoughts and what we're about to do. It's like, Meanwhile, we are so close to understanding the true telepathic nature of human consciousness based upon water crystals and light. And here they are with their graphene six-sided mark of the beast that will go into all of us and signal to the elite that we are now their servants. Well, not me and not family, okay? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We don't need high-performance terahertz biosensors because we all are already all connected. Yeah, sorry, let me try that again. We don't need high-performance terahertz biosensors because we are already all connected. We are one. Okay. Now, honestly, they are only one step away from being able to this one-dimensional photonic crystal biosensor with the graphene nanolayers to be able to alter our consciousness and our thoughts. This is the hill we have to die on to save our future. Fix bayonets, right? May our combined will signal to the Galactic Federation that we have united. Shanti Om.